2NURFM.com, a broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.
As we're joined this morning by University of Newcastle School of Medicine and Public Health Priority Research Centre in Physical Activity and Nutrition, Dr. Mitch Duncan, and he's only just recently joined us at the University of Newcastle. Welcome along, Mitch. Nice to have you here in our area.
Good morning, thanks.
A little bit of your background, please. You come from Queensland.
Yeah, so I originally come from Rockhampton, Queensland, which is where 10,000 Steps originated. And I did my PhD there and a few years of research work, and then came down here to the University of Newcastle.
Tell us about establishing that 10,000 Steps a Day program and how that came to be.
So that was my supervisor and some of his colleagues back in 2001, and it was set up as a first whole of community intervention to try and increase physical activity. It was supported by the Queensland Government then, and is still supported by the Queensland Government today.
And you still have a strong link with it. You're running it from down here for up there.
Yeah, that's right. So we've got our project staff on the ground there in Rockhampton, and I supervise them in the overall direction of the program.
Well, Mitch, it was embraced by the University of Newcastle, and we will talk about that in a moment. What other areas around the country have really taken to it?
Look, to be honest, we've got a fair footprint all over the country. Victoria, New South Wales, very strong. Queensland, obviously. But also we do get out into some of the more regional areas as well. Mount Isa, Thursday Island, all over.
Well, tell us how it works for those who aren't aware about the program.
Okay, so as an individual, you can just use a pedometer, and then you can use either our iPhone app or our website to monitor your steps. So each day you enter in your steps, and you can see how you're increasing your steps each day for as long as you'd like to use it. From a workplace perspective, what we do is we ask people to form teams, about 10 people per team, and the teams get together and a bit of friendly competition and see who can accumulate the most steps, and that's our workplace challenge, and it's proved to be very, very successful.
Mitch, are people surprised at sometimes about how many steps they actually go through in a day?
Yeah, at both ends of the spectrum, it's how many steps some people do get. We get some businesses, some people in some occupations, very busy, nurses, librarians here at the university, and then some of us office workers who have to make an effort at the other end of the spectrum can accumulate very few throughout the workday.
Now tell us about that, because it was recently, as I said, embraced here at the University of Newcastle. A lot of people on campus underwent the scheme and the program. What was some of the results from that like?
Yeah, it was fantastic here. The university had about 71 teams participate, and from right across all over the university. And it really, I was looking at the team names this morning, and that's really where the social aspect and a bit of fun comes in.
Can you share some of those names with us? There's some funny ones?
Yeah, I mean, there was a team called the White Walkers, the Walking Dead, Christopher Walken. You know, the guys have a lot of fun.
A lot of creativity there too, as well as being part of the program. Do you think it will become an ongoing event?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Maybe something that we can do once or twice a year here at the university to try and, bring people together in the workplace, and also remind them about how much activity they should be doing.
It was embraced by everyone, including our Vice Chancellor. I believe she was strongly involved in it.
Yeah, she. We actually had a chat before it started, and she was very happy to see it taking off here.
Now, what about if there's any businesses or any associations listening and thinking, we wouldn't mind getting involved? Is there a number or a contact way they can get through to you to find out how they could establish it with their organisation?
Yeah, the easiest way for them to go about that is to jump onto our website, 10,000steps.org.au, and from there they can navigate through and see, okay, if I'm a business, here's how I can participate.
It is such a good thing, and very encouraging too, because it brings about good health.
Brings about good health, and it's free, and so yeah, it's a great opportunity for businesses and to help their employees get active.
Great to be very active too, and lovely to meet you. We hope you're not a stranger and you'll come back and talk to us again soon.
No, thank you very much.
Joining us from the University of Newcastle School of Medicine and Public Health Priority Research Centre in Physical Activity and Nutrition, it's Dr. Mitch Duncan. Really an introduction for us into him today, and with that 10,000 Steps a Day program, we hope we get to talk to him a little bit more here at the University of Newcastle's 2NURFM 103.7.